Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game 1. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Cast Mindstone and pass. Devourer. What flavor of Eldrazi are we playing against? Looks like it is going to be Dice Factory, Lab, Imprint Devourer, or Core Tapper. Yeah, I've actually switched from Everflowing Chalice to Mindstone. Found that it was more relevant more often than not. Chalice for 0. And I think Chalice for 0 makes sense here. Because this breaks their Chalice, Cornucopia, etc. And then I'm thinking Tezzeret. I kind of want this Mind Stone. And we'll get some more mana going. Mind Stone and pass. And pass. So now Cornucopia and Chalice are bricked green. Flesh Raker. You can still technically ramp through the Chalice though. Core Tapper to 18. And draw. Karn, perfect. Karn the Great Creator. Plus Karn. And done. And pass. Do they have their own card? That would be troublesome, admittedly. 2, 3, 4, Karn, trigger. They do have their own Karn. What do you grab with Karn is the question. You could also tick up on Chalice, admittedly. Okay. Not sure if that was worth it, to be completely honest. These Mind Stones are now bricks, which I kind of hate. Chalice. Chalice is still a brick. Attack. And attack down to 3. Yeah, we need to deal with Karn, but I don't have an effective way to do so right now is the problem. Ugin Lab, Imprint, Sire Settlements. I can Karn minus for what? Right now I have access to 4 mana. We could Fluke Karn. That is an option. I can also plus Karn on Citadel, but they have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a Sovereign Flagship, I'm SOL. Alternatively, I could plus on Mind Stone. Plussing on Mind Stone seems appealing here. Plus on Mind Stone. Tezzeret. Tezzeret minus for what? We can grab Ballista, Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble would also work and counter their Chalices, admittedly. Otherwise, could just plus on the 0 on the Mind Stone. Tend to just zero the Mind Stone, honestly. Zero Mind Stone, make it an artifact creature. Well, it's already an artifact creature. We get +1/+1. I guess in that case, actually. Go to combat. Attack at Karn. Block. Zero. Target Mind Stone. Untap it. And pass. And pass. Two, 3, 4. Mystic Forge. Trigger. That is a bit scary now. We could minus Karn for Torpor Orb. Mox Opal. Trigger. Karn minus for what? Pithy Needle. Name Karn or Tez? Pithy Needle trigger. Name Tezzeret. Alright. Draw. Flesh Raker. Cast Flesh Raker. We could minus Karn. And Pithy Needle Karn. They currently have access 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. They couldn't play whatever was with Forge on top. I could alternatively just plus the Mind Stone and try to tack down the Karn. And that might be the best option right now. Cage, actually. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Yeah, that actually might be better. Minus. Yes. For Grafdigger's Cage. Cast Grafdigger's Cage. Trigger. Always yield, always yield. And pass. Trigger. And pass. Lab. No imprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. And if they have Sovereign Flagship, I'm in a bit of trouble. Currently have 5 mana. No way for me to get to 7 next turn. Actually, that's not true. I could get to 7, but I'm not sure it'd be worth it. Because we'd have to give up Karn. Cake Man would be good. I wonder if opponents trying to figure out why they can't play anything off the top of their deck. And it is specifically because of the Grafdigger's Cage. It is a good card. Karn minus for what? chooses the end stone. They're short on the end stone, though. And draws. Fleshraker number 2. Trigger. Karn plus on Mind Stone. Go to combat. Attack with the Mind Stone at Karn. Attack with Fleshraker at Karn. Do you give me Karn is the question. If you give me... So you either have to block the spawns, in which case then you're going to have trouble playing the end stone. You give me Karn, that's insane. Karn down. 3 mana. I can't do anything with it this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to land anyways just to play the end stone. I don't think Give Me the Karn was right. I will pass. And pass. Yeah, you really should have sacked spawns. Or blocked with spawns. Is another Karn? I guess maybe they knew that they had another Karn fresh off the Mystic Forge. Chalice. Trigger. Okay, so you have the end stone. But then you can't do anything after. And I'm off to the races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can play your end stone, that's fine. Triggers. I'm gonna blow it up. End stone to 10. Draw. Temple. So Leveler here blows up the end stone. Minus Karn. Yes. Grab Leveler. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leveler. Triggers. And Bone Scoops. We'll take it. Alright, so this is Tron. It's a version of Dice Factory. Win for game 1. I guess, yeah, we'll call it Dice Factory. To sideboard. Yeah, I think it was a mistake giving me Karn, honestly. Alright. Bogles relevant. Soul Guide is not. Cage Needle are relevant. All is Dust is not. Chalice is relevant. EE's relevant. Sires are relevant. Like, I'm tempted to bring in a Leveler, but I think maybe we keep as is, honestly. Alright, let's run it back. Needle and Cage are good. 1, 2... This doesn't really have anything going for it, is the problem. I will mulligan. I will keep. I will pitch. Ooh. Okay, so we want Sire, we want Gemstone, we want Tezzeret. We'll pitch a power plant. No. Yeah, we'll pitch a power plant. Done. They reveal Devourer. Gemstone. Exile Ballista. Because we can always grab back Ballista off of Karn. So that's a non-issue. This gets me to 3 on turn 1, 5 on turn 2. Just need to draw into some action. Temple and passing, draw. Mindstone. Ladder. Imprint. Tezzeret. Tezzeret minus. For Chalice on 0. Done. Trigger Tezzeret. Always yield. And pass. So this should slow him down. We'll pass. Saga trigger. Draw. Tower. Cast. Actually. Play E-Temp. Cast Mindstone. Trigger Tez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can cast Sire next turn. We'll pass. Saga trigger. I imagine they have a land so they can make a construct. Yep. Put a pause on end step. Return Sire to hand. Draw. Karn. So tap Mindstone. 0 untap Mindstone. Tower. Sire 7 deaths and pass. Do you make a construct or do you have K command? Make a construct. Okay. And pass. You make another construct. You float. Okay. Search. Search for what? Needle naming Tezzeret? That is fine if so. Naming Tezzeret. Okay. Jesus, another temple. Play your Devour of Destiny. Mystic Forge. That is a bit annoying, admittedly, but without a Glaring Fleshraker, it's not all too big of a deal. Draw. Tezzerets. Go to combat. Swing at you for 7. No blocks. Down to 13. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Let's take a look at our sideboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently have access to 5 mana next turn. I suppose We could just grab liquid metal coating and call it a day. Yeah. Minus Karn. Yes. For liquid metal coating. And pass. And pass. Ugin Lab. Imprint Devourer. Okay. So you have 8 Eldrazi mana. Not enough to exile the Sire with a K command, which means that if I do get an attack in, it will have pseudo hexproof. Karn. I mean, if you Karn, that's fine. Astral Cornucopia for 1. I'm not sure if there's really any benefit to that, though. Draw. Eat. Combat. Swing at you for 7, which means Sire 7 that has pseudo hexproof. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will cast Liquid Metal Coating. Trigger Tez. Liquid Metal Coating, target lab. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Alright, solid. We'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2. On the draw for game 1. We're going to mulligan that hand. 8 hits off the top, I'll keep. We pitch a... I mean, Flesh Ray could be drawn to Lab. I mean, Lab allows us to get into Karn on turn 2. I'm wondering if we pitch the K command of all things. It's the only card... See, Karn specifically requires, though, a Lab, right? Yeah, so we'll pitch Karn. And pass. Of course, we're going to play against something artifact-focused, and I'm going to regret that. Steam Vent Shock. Is it Affinity? Faithless Looting. Is it a Reanimator? That's what I feel like. Is it Reanimator? I'd guess it's Grixis Reanimator, if I had to guess. Trying to think what else it would be. Blue, red, Faithless Looting. Not much. While it isn't like really talked about, Looting's still a busted card. But it's not so good where it's like, this should be banned. I do wish they would unban more cards. I think there are a lot of cards that could get unbanned right now. Case in point, Mycosynflatus, give it to me. Archon, yeah. I mean, if you have a turn 2 persist, I'm just SOL. Devourer. You're a bit late to the party, friend. Pass. And pass. Swamp, persist. Emperor Bones, close enough. I don't have anything for Bones, but I do have a Soul Guide Lantern we could draw off top, but I'd rather see a Tron land. I guess we also could... Yeah, Tron land... No, I mean, I guess Soul Land would be good, because we can K-Command X1 in response to Bones targeting the Archon, right? Yeah, that... Oh, no, I guess, no, they'll just exile it now. So in that case, probably our best bet is Tron land, so I can cast Ugin next turn, or the turn after. Yeah, Emperor, exile Archon. Yep. Yep. There's nothing I can do about that. Draw. Lab. Lab, Imprint, Devourer. So I have access. So playing Fleshraker is pointless here. Point blank statement. I will play the Mind Stone. And we'll pass. And what do we pitch? Probably the Fleshraker, right? Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at most. I mean, pitch Fleshraker. I think grab a Temple for next turn. Play Temple, hold K command. They adapt. That's 4, 10, 13, 16 damage. Is that right? Yeah. So we're going to be down to 4, which means we need to exile the Emperor Bones. Yes. So yeah, we'll pitch the Fleshraker. 6, 10, 16. Yeah, we'll be down to 4. That's turn 3, almost dead. We'll have the K command to exile the bones. Yep. I mean, I'm just going to pause on end step. I'll have to pitch 2, though. That's right. Because the ETB. Pitch Fleshrake. There's no situation where I can play the Ugin next turn, so I think we have to pitch Ugin. Yeah. Because we need the K command. It's a point blank statement. Yep, it's the Fleshrake. Attack for 10. Pitch Ugin. Down to 4. End step. Do you have a land? Blood Crypt, Shock. Gutsies. Brutal. Unearth Emperor Bones. That's fine. Crack for Temple. And pass. Draw. Tezzeret does nothing here. Question of the day. Do we K command now or wait? I don't think there's any reason for me to do so now. So I will hold. This is X equals 4. We're going to have to exile Bones and ramp. Yeah. Looting. I mean, if they try... Seriously. Bones adapt? I think they forgot a step. Right? Okay. Okay. Confusion. K command. Ramp exile. Exile bones. And done. And pass. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can play the Devour, exile Bones. I will block. Bloodstained Mire. Draw. Another K command. That, I think, might be the safer play. I could also go Tezzeret for... Yeah, I think I'll go for Soul Guide here. Tezzeret. Tezzeret minus. For Soul Guide Lantern. Cast Soul Guide Lantern. Triggers. Target Archon. Always yield. And we'll hold. So I can K command X equals 3, which is mana neutral. And we'll hold. Fetch, Bloodstained Mire. And trigger. Okay. They do play Oculus, so I'm going to exile Graveyard. No Oculus, please. And no Lootings either, for that matter. Alright. We're not dead yet. But we certainly are close. Thoughtseize. In response, I'm going to ramp 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, ramp in exile. And done. In retrospect, it would have been safer for me to do X equals 2, which would have left a spawn as blocker in case for some reason they had counterspell. Yeah. Paying cost for Frog. Frog is fine, because we can exile with Devourer. Map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Return Devourer to hand. Cast Devourer. Exile Frog, always yield. Tezzeret, 0. And cast map. Trigger Tez and pass. We'll pass. Can we get there? Thought Scour, target self. Black. Black for Unearth Cycle. And passing. Draw. Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in that case, Crack map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go for power plant, we technically have 6 because we're gonna tap the Mind Stone of Tez. And then 7 for summon a value spell, except for Ugin. So if we go for Temple, we can't play Ugin anyways. So I'll grab the power plant. Play the power plant. 0 Tez, untap Mind Stone. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. Yes. We only have 5 right now, but we'll grab the Tormod's Crypt. Play the Tormod's Crypt, trigger Tez. So this way they can't play Oculus freely. They shouldn't have anything with haste, I don't think, so we can attack in for 6. And the 13. I will hold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 mana next turn. We can Tez minus for map. And we'll have 7. Blue. Black. Frog. Frog resolves. And hold. Draw. Land. Power plant. Oh, that's huge. Oh no, never mind. We don't want power plant actually. So we want tower, not power plant. So I'm thinking we go bridge, because that should lock things up. We also could go... No, I think bridge is probably the best bet. Because if we go map, crack, 7. I think I still will minus Tez. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We have 7 as is. Tez minus. For map. Right now they can make it, yeah. We'll go map. Let's do I have a map in exile? Let's see. No. Grab map. Play map. Trigger Tez. What's opponent thinking here? You have Tormod's Crypt to clear their grave as needed. Fetch Bloodstained Mire for what? Water Grave Shock to 10. Casting Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'll pay 1, 2. I guess I shouldn't telegraph too much. 1, 2. Yes. Trigger Tez. Minus card. Yes. for bridge. First, let's go to combat. Swing with Devourer. No blocks. Play Power Plant. And cast Bridge. And pass. Tez trigger. And next turn we can win with Ballista. Yes. I don't care if they have an Oculus, that's fine. Because all we need now is Ballista to win, and opponent scoops it up, we'll take it. Whew. That was a close one. So we want Grafdigger's Cage, Vexing Bubble out. We want Dismember. Chalice out. EE out. We could argue Pithy Needle in. If we bring in Pithy Needle, what do we want out? That one's tricky. Because Pithy Needle for Frog is an option. The question is, what do we cut for it? And that I'm not sure about. And we could cut Karn. Though Bridge is very hard for them to deal with. We could just keep Needle on the side, and that is also acceptable. Yeah, we'll just keep Needle on the side and run it back. Alright, on the draw for game 2. Excuse me. I mean, we have 8 hits off the top, just for Tron alone. 16 for Glaring Fleshraker. Actually, no, we have E-Temp. We're good. Yeah, we'll keep this. I will pass. And we'll start off with Power Plant, and if we don't draw into the mine, then we'll play Temple into Fleshrake. Skip Strong, make up 6, Steam Vents, tap to Shock. Shock for looting. Alright, we have a turn 2 Archon, that is the question. Because then it comes down to Ugin again. Ugh, gotta be joking me. Draw into Grafdigger's Cage. Soul Guide Lantern. Sire's not it. We'll play the Power Plant, and we'll pass, and we'll pass. Blood Crypt. Shock, yeah, Persist. Paying cost for Persist. Pitch the Sire 7 deaths. Down to 17, we'll pass. So I need Ugin, bottom line. There's Lab. So we could play Lab. We could play Tezzeret minus. I don't think that's enough though. I will play Tower and we pray. We have 4 hits off the top. Yeah. Tower and we pray. We pass. Will we pitch the Fleshrake? Second tower. Maybe the second tower. It's not doing much right now. Pitch the second tower. Down to 9. If they have an unearth, I specifically will need mine. Cycle. Okay. Water Grave. Okay. Shock. Do you have another persist? 20. Unearth. Thoughtseize. Takes Ugin. Because Ugin's right now my only out, reasonably. Damn. Yeah. Draw. K command. We can K command X2 on end step. We also could Tezzeret for map. No, I think we K command X2 will pass. I mean, if you have a bolt, you win. I will hold. You attack. I will pitch Fleshraker or Tez? Fleshraker. Down to 1. Do you have a bolt? Land. I mean, if you have consign, just you hold, you do nothing else. Fetch to 20. Swamp for Emperor Bones. Okay. End step. Show me consigned memory. Ramp Scry Draw. And done. I mean, if you have consign, you win. I guess actually not. I think consigning now is not entirely necessary. You could just hold for whatever I attempt to cast. Thing is, you know about Tez, but not the lab. So there's one unknown in my hand. Paying cost, consign. Do I have any recourse? I don't think so. Draw. Power plant? No. We'll concede. Alright, lost for game 2. On to game 3. I will cut the gemstone and we'll bring in the Pithy Needle. Alright. On the play for game 3. I will keep. We have 8 hits off the top for Tron on 3. We also have Cage, which is nice. Opponent's thinking hard here on their opening 7. So it's either risky. Yeah, probably would just be a risky keep. Mulligan's a 6. What we thinking, opponent? Again, thinking hard here. So either another risky keep or they're just having trouble figuring out what to pitch back. Yeah, they're thinking hard. Either that or hardly thinking, not sure which. Alright, I will reveal Devourer. Trigger. Okay, so we do whiff. We could just draw fresh. That is an option. We otherwise could play Mind Stone and try and ramp into Karn. We could Ugin's Lab, and we could Tuck Devourer. I think I'm going to draw fresh. Power plant, map, and pass. And pass. You have a turn 1 Faithless Looting. That'd be the best case scenario because that means I have free range to cast Grafdigger's Cage. Island. Draw. Flesh Rake. They could Thought Scour here. So in that case, I will play Temple. I will cast Cage, and I'll pass. You have a consign. Because you want to avoid a turn 2 persist line. There's Spell Pierce. I am confused why they're playing Spell Pierce, but they are playing Spell Pierce. So Cage out, we pass, we hold Dismember. This does once again guarantee there's no persist lines at least. Bloodstained Mire. And passing. Land. Land would be good. There's the mine. Perfect. In that case, I will hold. This way I can hold for both map and hold for Dismember. Fetch Bloodstained Mire, Surveil. Surveil trigger. Keeps it on top. We'll pass and hold and hold. Land. Fetch 18 for a swamp. Harbinger. Perfect. I will fetch in response. Grab tower. Resolve. Dismember. And pass. And draw. Mind Stone. So they could have a force, theoretically. I will... Let's see, that's 5. 1, 2, 1, Flesh Rake, Mind Stone, trigger, always yield, resolve, cast Karn the Great Creator, triggers, minus, yes, for Tormod's Crypt, grab Tormod's Crypt, play Tormod's Crypt, triggers, and pass, and hold. If you play another Harbinger, that's fine. We're in a pretty good position now. Especially with Karn on board. What say you, opponent? They cast a frog, we can exile with Devourer. Thoughtseize eats Devourer. Unfortunate, but fine. Devourer down and passing. 2 up. Draw. Tower. I will redraw a stone. Map. Cast map. Triggers. Crack map. For tower. Play tower. Minus color. Yes. For leveler. 6, 7, and we'll go leveler, because we can always unearth it. Leveler. Triggers. No targets. Always yield. If leveler hits board, we more or less should win. So if they counter it, we have it for next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Paying cost for consign. There's consign. Yep. So Fleshraker trigger, leveler trigger. Or, sorry, Fleshraker trigger, leveler. That is fine. We'll push you down to 10, which means I have lethal on board. We'll pass in full. And combat. I will hold. Oculus. Oculus is fine. Trigger, always yield. And draw. Mindstone. So I will cast Mindstone. Trigger. Draw. Tezzeret. Can I just win? I think I can just win here. Cast Tezzeret. Trigger. Minus Tezzeret. For Walking Ballista? Walking Ballista. Two, 4. And Bones comes up. We'll take the win. Alright, solid win against Reanimator. We'll be back for match 3. Alright, we're back for match 3. On the draw for game 1, I will keep. So we are going to reveal. We're going to play. We have 8 hits off the top for Tron. So reveal, play, done, exile, and pass. Misty Rain, fetch, trigger. I will grab tower. Play power plant. Play map. I'm gonna Chalice for 0. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Every single Neo brand player I've ever played against always says, without fail, good luck, have fun. I don't know what it is. Opponent did that too. So I was like, you know what? Chalice on 0. What? Daybreak Cornet. Is this freaking Bogles? Yeah, it is. Alright. Interesting. Draw. Tower. I will pass and hold. So they missed their land drop. Hollow Fountain, shock for Invisible Stalker. Put a pause on end step. Crack. For mine. Draw. K command. Hexproof. So if that's the case, I can play Flesh Rake. I can play Karn. That leaves me a 4. What can I do with 4 mana? I mean, I could bridge, and basically if they just soup up the one creature, then they can't attack, right? I think that might make the most sense. So, Karn the Great Creator? Minus Karn. Yes. 3, no, I wouldn't have that enough. For bridge. Cast bridge. Pass. So if you just like soup up your creature, then you can't attack. That seems reasonable. So let me just hide behind bridge. Next turn we can Karn minus for Extinguisher Battleship, blow up their board. Yeah. What now, opponent? What do? You can make your creatures big. You can't do anything about it, though. Let me just blow up a land, clear the board. 2, Stalker, yep. Attack Karn, that's fine. Draw. Power Plant. And I guess I could play my entire hand for all intent and purpose. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I guess I can't play my entire hand, admittedly. Yeah, in that case, I think I just minus Karn. Minus Karn. Yes. For Battleship. So we'll go Battleship, ETB trigger, target Hollowed Fountain, and pass. And pass. Draw. So I will go Fleshraker 1, Fleshraker 2, trigger, always yield, and then K command, X equals 2, actually X equals 3, correction, and done. Triggers. There's Ugin. There's Mind Stone. So we played a land this turn, right? Yeah. Bottom. Top. Top and draw. Triggers. Triggers. 6. Which means I don't have enough. And that's it. Alright, we'll take the win against Bogles. Let's move the sideboard. Dismember does a whole lot of nothing. What do we want here? I actually don't know. Not exactly a matchup I play against often. EE feels kind of meh. Like, maybe bring in Dismember for Light Paws, at the very least. Vexing Ball feels pretty meh. Even Soul Guide's pretty meh. But I guess this is fine. Yeah. Let's run it back like this. Alrighty. If we just have a fast start, we're good. I mean, imagine they're on blue, so I imagine they're going to bring in Consign. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Probably also like Skyclave app would make sense. I will keep. We have 8 hits off the top for Tron on 3. I'll pass. Opponent mulligans the 6. Thinking hard. Skips their draw step. Windswept Heath. Pass, draw, waste, power plant, pass. So now we have only 4 hits off the top for Tron on 3. Otherwise, we're looking at Tron on 4, Scout, Hexproof, Yard, Plains, pass, draw, power plant, play tower, cast Mind Stone, and pass. And pass. Draw. Destiny. 3, 5, 6. We could draw into a lab. So I'll tuck the Ugin. We'll pass. Either another lab or another tower would be good. We'll hold on the off chance it's relevant. And passing. Draw. There's the mine. Play mine. Return Ugin to hand. No reason to show him that we have a second. Cast Ugin. Does Ugin resolve? Done. Consign to memory. Yep. I will pass it full and pass. Light pause, draw, and Ugin. Target light pause, always yield, TTB, draw, Karn, tower, Karn, done, and Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Alright, solid win against Bogles. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, we're back for match 4. On the draw for game 1, I'll keep 8 hits off the top for Tron on 3, an additional 8 hits for Soul Lands for Fleshraker on 2. I will take it. And we get to dig for Deep of Devour on top of which. Bottom plugins to 6 as well, so things are looking decent, lest we whiff entirely on this Devourer. Pass in full. Temple, so another Eldrazi matchup. See a tower, Mind Stone, Brutal. I mean, we could just say screw it and draw fresh. 16 hits off top, 2 draws. Let's go for it. Draw, Soul Guide, cast map, and pass. And pass. Again, we have 16 hits off top. Of course, we're gonna be absolutely brutalized by the odds. Lab Imprint, Null Drifter. So likely ramp, I'd guess. Draw. Jeez. Okay. Yep, we got absolutely massacred by the odds. We could have taken the second tower, and that would have allowed me to crack map for 4 next turn. The K command, I suppose. I should have also played the Soul Guide Lantern here. I guess now we can get rid of the K command of the yard. They have 6. I mean, this could still be aggro. It could be ramp. One of those two. Oh, yep, aggro. Okay. Okay. And Linebreaker. Get that Heralds into Linebreaker. Yep. And then Linebreaker haste. 8 damage to face. I'm in danger. Yep. You forgot the deck of the spawns. That would have been 10. There's the mine, but I don't think it's gonna matter, is the problem. I'm gonna hold. Like I said, I don't think it matters. I think I'm dead. Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could play the Null Drift and hasted that. Oh, yeah, second line break. Concede. Alright. Yeah, we are 1 turn too late. So this is Eldrazi Aggro. Lost for game 1. Let's move to game 2. I want to cut Gemstone, Bogles, Soul Guide, Dust, EE, Chalice. So we want Dismember. What else? Guess we could keep Gemstone in. Bring in Leveler, bring in Battleship. I mean, we could technically Chalice. I guess we're just bringing a Soul Guide and call it a day. Yeah. We'll do that. And run it back. On the play for game 2. I mean, another 8 hits off the top we'll keep. 8, 12 hits if you include Flesh Raker. Yeah, so I mean, this is definitely keepable. Draw, tower, map, pass, and pass. Temple, hit that Heralds or pass? Pass, draw, dismember. Play Temple. We could use Soul Guide as a redraw or just crack the map. I think we'll just hold map then and pass. Hold up Dismember. And hold. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. Do you have a Line Breaker? If you do, let's see it. passing. Put a pause on end step. Crack them down. I'll grab mine. Paying cost for K command. X1. Yes. Could be trying to set up for Myco spawn kicked, so I need to be mindful of that. I will grab the mine and draw. Ugin. In that a case, I think we do one of two things here. We either Ballista, ping spawn. I think we Ballista, ping spawn, yeah. Cast Walking Ballista. And done. Remove a counter, ping the spawn. Do not want to kick Myco spawn on my hands, and I'll hold Dismember. And hold. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. Four hits off the top for Tron on 4. Do you play Ghost Quarter? If you're playing Myco Spawn, you should be, in my opinion. But not everyone shares that opinion, so maybe we'll get lucky. There's Myco Spawn as expected. Temple. Alright. And gold. Paying cost for it that heralds. Yes. No reason to dismember yet. Alright. I need to see a power plant. Waste. That's not a power plant. We can do what? Waste. Cast Tezzeret. 0 or minus Tezzeret. For map. Question now is, do you have another Myco spawn in hand? We'll grab map. Cast map and pass. Tezzeret triggers. And pass. Alright, do you have another Myco spawn? Question of the day. Unclaimed territory. Name Eldrazi. Paying cost for... Yeah, looks like another kicked Myco. Wayscape. Yeesh. Brutal. And what else? Linebreaker. So, it that heralds at Tez. Linebreaker, Myco spawn at me. That's 12 down to 8. Yeesh. I mean, I feel like we had to go for it. We're not dead yet. If we draw into power plant, then we might be okay. Draw. Mindstone. That is not a power plant. Cast Mindstone. Cast Soul Guide Lantern. Soul Guide Lantern, target K command. And I will redraw. I guess I should have redrawn first. Tower. Pass. We have Dismember for the Line Breaker. Land. The thing is, it puts me down to what? 8, 3, 5, 9? So I think I just lose regardless. Yeah. And there's a K command. K command targets self, but they failed to... Okay. So yes, we target line break 359, and that's lethal. So I will actually just concede. All right, unfortunate. We'll be back for match 5. All right, we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. 8 hits off the top. We can play a Flesh Raker regardless. So I'll keep. Draw, power plant, map, and pass. And pass. Blue to Delta, fetch 19, Thoughtseize on 1. Takes Flesh Raker. Blood Crypt, Ragavan. No Thoughtseize. Takes Flesh Raker. Yep, draw, K command, E temp, and what we want to do here. I think we hold K command X1. So, Blood Crypt, Thoughtseize, Looting. Okay, so this is what I thought it was. This is Reanimator. I was just about to say, like, Thoughtseize on 1 could be something else, but definitely felt Reanimator-y. Blue Delta, pause on end step. I will crack map for Temple. And draw. Second K command, perfect. So we can fire off the first. And we'll pass. So this is X equals 3. So we can actually play Ugin next turn. Though I'm not sure that's necessarily recommended. Surveil. The reason why I'm not sure that would be a wise decision is just because it does open them up to persisting an Archon and killing the Ugin. It just leaves Ugin pretty defenseless, basically. Thought Scour, target self. You have the bones in there. Thoughtseize, target me. I mean, you take the Ugin. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah. If you don't take Ugin, I'd be shocked. Yep, Ugin down. Land for turn. And pause on end step. K command. And done. Another K command. Karn map. Map doesn't get us very far right now. Could later. We definitely want the K command. I think I will bottom map, top Karn, top K command, and pass draw Karn. Gemstone. Cast Karn. Minus Karn. Yes. For what? Tormod's Crypt. Play Tormod's Crypt. Cast. I think I'll do it now in case they have a Ock. Tormod's Crypt. I guess I should have waited until upkeep because Bloodstained Mire, right? A little bit of a misplay on my part. I should have waited until after Bloodstained Mire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can X equals 3. Ramp 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Archon and Yard. Yeah, exactly. Reason why we should have waited for the Tormod's Crypt. So, my mistake. I done did make mistake. I know about the second K command though. Go to Delta Fetch. Swamp for what? 4 in hand. 2. Again, they know about it. Emperor Bones. Okay. And Frog. Persist. Why do that now? Ramp, exile, cards in yard. 1, 2, done. Yeah, we could have avoided this entirely had I just not misplayed. Done. Persist. Bones takes Devourer. No, I don't have Devourer. Fleshraker, I suppose. Yep. I will pass in full. Draw. Flesh Rake. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's start with Flesh Rake. Cast Bobble. Always healed. Always yield. Minus card. Yes. I think we can just win this turn for Ballista. K command. Ramp and Scry Draw. And done. Trigger. Yield. I played a land this turn, I don't believe so. So that's gonna be another 5. I guess we actually can just do bottom, 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 and top. Triggers for K command, and that will be the game. And done. Triggers. And bottom, bottom, top and draw. And we got there. Alright, solid win against Reanimator. Let's move to game 2. And we can cut the Vexing Bauble. We do want the Grafdigger's Cage. EE's not doing much here. We do want Dismember. Chalice is doing okay here. I think we do cut Chalice. And again, kind of the conversation of Pithy Needle, whether or not we want it. I'll bring it in. I'm actually going to cut the Gemstone and then run it back. I think the Pithy Needle probably provides more value in this instance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I keep those. I just need to make sure I draw some threats off that. Keep, pass, fetch. Do you Thoughtseize on one? I imagine you take Karn if so. Thoughtseize, sees Karn, sees Tron. Takes Dismember. Okay, so that tells me they probably have a whatchamacallit, Harbinger. Would be my guess. So I'll probably want to fetch map from Wastelands, Sewer, Surveil. Surveils 4, nothing. Or keeps it on top rather. Draw. Power plant. And hold. And hold. Swamp. Put a pause on end step. I think I actually will hold here. No reason to crack it, I don't think. No reason not to either, admittedly. Crack map. For waste. Draw. Draw. Tower. We'll use K command as permission. Hold. Double black for Unearth Cycle. And draw. Red looting. Okay. If they go for a persist line, we'll just exile cards in yard. I guess I don't even do that. Pause on end step. And attempt to K command X equals 5. And done. Do you have consign? There's consign. Yep. And pass. And draw. Tezzeret. So with Tezzeret, we can do a lot. With Card and Tezzeret, we can do a lot. Yeah. So let's start with Tezzeret. Tezzeret minus for Grafdigger's Cage. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Cast Grafdigger's Cage. Trigger Tezzeret. Always yield. Minus Karn. Yes. For Liquid Metal Coating. Cast Liquid Metal Coating. Trigger Tezzeret. And put a pause on upkeep. Target sewers and pass. Black, black. Persist frog. Yeah, Cage says no. So in that case, I will play the power plant. I will Liquid Metal Coating, target sewers. Float blue. Karn. I'm gonna say phase change. Thought Scour, nope. Second main, Karn plus on sewers. And then Tez 0 untapped Liquid Metal Coating. Good stuff. Alright, solid win against Reanimator here as well. All right, well, that there will be the end of today's league at a 5, or not a 5-3 record, Jesus, at a 4-1 record at the end of 5. So, pretty good. I mean, Eldrazi Tron definitely feels like it's well positioned right now. I'm not sure it's better than E-Ramp, but it definitely feels better than it has been in recent months. So I am happy to see that. I do think the Mind Stone change is probably smart. I think it just has a little bit more flexibility, and it's very rare that I cast a Everflowing Chalice for more than 2. And if I do, it's simply because I have nothing else to do, right? So I think that is a big thing to consider as well. It also allows you to redraw, which is always relevant. So yeah, I think Mind Stone might be right. I think the one time where like Everflowing Chalice is relevant is when you have a Flesh Raker and you need to ramp. You play it for 0, you ramp a Flesh Rake. So there's give and take, I suppose. They both have their utility, but I think Mind Stone might be the better option. Especially because you also can plus Karn on Mind Stone and use it as an attacker or a blocker, etc., which can be also relevant. But that being said, I'm trying to think of what else I want to adjust in this list. Someone did bring up the idea of trying out Emrakul and Cookbook. I was going to run it in the challenge that I ended up dropping with a 2-2 record. Ended up not, saying, well, I feel like what I have right now is working well. And I think it is a cute idea, admittedly. I do like it. I'm just not sure if it is better than playing Sire, because just slamming a Sire on turn 3 for most decks can be pretty much game ending, right? So I wonder if it's just better to keep Sire and ignore Cookbook, because you also have to cut something for Cookbook, which I'm not entirely thrilled with that prospect. So yeah, maybe we'll just keep on testing Eldrazi Tron and go from there. But Tezzeret seems great. I really do like Tezzeret. I think its home is definitely in Eldrazi Tron and Brutescale. I think those are the 2 decks where Tezzeret will see play and continue to see play. I think that traditional Tron, probably not. But we'll definitely go back to traditional Tron and see if we can make some adjustments that make sense. Regardless, though, we're really happy with the deck. I definitely think that this is the direction that Eldrazi Tron goes going forward. Maybe we aren't on 4 Tezzeret, maybe 3 Tezzeret, we'll see. But at the very least, Tezzeret does play a role here. That being said, though, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It'd be much appreciated. For as much that I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached a point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the like button. Already said that. Consider hitting the subscribe button as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, we'll start monetizing these videos, allowing me to start saving up towards a stream PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you get early access to my 2 videos. With that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!